Radhe Radhe Govinda Govinda Radhe 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 Govinda Govinda Radhe. So we are reading verse number 42 from Vilapa Kusumanjali like yesterday, and we will continue. With even the slightest blink from the corners of her eyes, from the corners of your eyes, you immediately tie down the king of elephants, Krishna, tightly. With even the slightest blink from the corners of your eyes, you immediately tie down the king of elephants, Krishna, tightly. When will this person worship those two eyes that defeat the fickleness of the wagtail bird with eyeliner? When will this person worship those two eyes that defeat the fickleness of wagtail bird with eyeliner? So this is the verse, and yesterday we actually were reading in the explanation of Srila Anandadas Babaji till in the English version it's page 168, the second verse from Pada Kalpataru, and after this second verse we will go read on. But since that point, we had the following themes yesterday. We saw that the only support of Krishna is actually in the glances of Radhika. So the only support of Krishna is in the glances of Radhika. That's his only support. We were talking about Upasana, which Anandadas Babaji was actually translating in one place very nicely, in another verse, not this here. Sitting close by, Upasana. And in this relation with the eyes, we were meditating that someone is sitting directly and looking in the eyes of Radharani. So the ocean of Lila Rasa in the eyes of Radharani. We were talking about Dhruva Anusmriti, that the meditation is like Dhruva on one point, but in the position of the smallest, the half syllable, and then Smriti, the meditation, will come, and we can slide down into Samadhi by this. Then we were talking about she is always victorious. That's why the name of Radharani is Jai Shri. She is victorious in gambling, joking, water games, love games, and so on. That's why she is the only support to Krishna. We heard about the binding success of Radha in comparison to Yashoda's binding, how she binds him immediately with her Madan Ras, playful glances. Then we heard about Pushpa Banaya and the few of the manjaris in that Gayatri mantra, and that actually he is falling unconscious, he is losing his crown and his yellow dhoti, and that this is the good luck and the happiness for the manjaris. So this is what we heard yesterday, just shortly as an overview. And now I will just go on reading, and please, Gauranga Sundara, Tarun Baba, all all souls who are here who can share their feelings on this, please do it. Jayananda Maharaj or Gurudev, maybe, if he's here, I don't know. So I hope you just share. I will just read from this point we stopped yesterday. So it's a verse of Patakalpataru, Ankitara Dutti Virale Boshiya, Srijana Koreche Vidhi, Nila Padma Bhavi, Lubhata Brahmara, Chti Cheche Nirabhadhi. The Creator sat down in solitude to create the pupils of her two eyes. Of course, this is about Radharani. Thinking them to be blue lotus flowers, the greedy bumblebees, or Krishna, constantly run for them. The Creator sat down in solitude to create the pupils of her two eyes, thinking them to be blue lotus flowers. The greedy bumblebees, or Krishna, constantly run for them. The beauty of Sri Radhika's eyes subdue Sri Krishna, the freely enjoying, mad, young elephant of Braj, who is otherwise uncontrollable. Krishna is named Hari because he steals everyone's hearts and minds with his extraordinary beauty and sweetness. And he is named Krishna because he is all attractive and all blissful. He can only be controlled by pure, selfless love. And there are different amounts of love different devotees have for him. The amounts are classified in 4 levels. Anu, atomic, Apekshika, Unadika Maya, more or less, Mahan, great, and Paramamahan, the greatest love. Ordinary devotees have an atomic amount of prema. Narada Muni and other sages have more or less prema. The Brajavasis have great love, and only Radharani has the greatest love. Krishna is controlled by his devotees according to the amount of love they have for him. And Sri Radhika has the greatest love for him. Therefore, she controls him to the utmost. Madan Mohan, the enchanter of Cupid, is bound tightly by even Swamini's slightest glance, like the king of elephants. So maybe someone wants to share on this part something. So we just heard that Krishna is only controlled by love. And we heard that the amount of love someone has for him is actually the base how much this person can control him. Like Gauranga Sundara yesterday gave this example of Yashodama trying to bind him. She had to make great endeavor to, in the end, bind him. But as we hear here, Sri Radhika is binding him with even the slightest movement of her eyes. And we heard that actually the hold of Krishna are these glances. So we can imagine he's completely fixed on Radharani's eyes. Otherwise, how he can see the slightest movement of her eyes? He is holding himself He's always completely fixed, looking in her eyes, because this, as we know, is the window to the person or to the inner world of the person. So also Krishna can see Madan Mahabhav through the eyes of Radharani. And that's his hold. And as soon as these eyes are moving, his hold is shaking. And he has to react. It's not possible in another way. If you hold something and this is moving, you also move. That's why even the slightest movement of Radharani's eyes are actually moving him. Yes, Tarun Baba, please.
I beg for forgiveness for repeating myself, but this is what you just said on what Baba is saying, that starting from Anu in the love the Jiva or the devotee has for Krishna, and for Radha it is going on and on and on. So Anu, and then higher and higher, and the highest love, Madanakya Mahabhav, has Srimati Radharani. So I can only say again, and to remind everyone that we are so fortunate to sit here and to discuss this, because you see, Nanda Baba and what you said, no, not Nanda, but the one Narada Muni, and Uddhava and all the great sages, they don't know anything about Manjari Bhav. They have no insights. They may know about it, maybe, but they have no insights in Manjari Bhav. So we are here sitting and listening to so much intimate details revealed by my beloved Gurudev and by Sadhu Maharaj. This is actually such a fortunate thing, because like you said, the love the devotee feels for the divine couple is going higher and higher and higher. So as Manjari Bhav sadhakas, which practitioners of Manjari Bhav, we have actually a very, very unique opportunity to cling to this highest love, because Radhika and the Manjaris are so close. And this is our daily prayer. Oh Swamini, oh ocean of compassion, please be merciful to me, so that we are connected to her vibration, that we are connected to her love. This is actually unbelievably merciful by Mahaprabhu given to us. This is what we have to remember every day. Yesterday or these days we also said that we can be so lucky that we have this opportunity not to stay at the Anu level and the next level and maybe in the middle somewhere, middle school, No, we are in the topmost university class, and even in the university, not many people know that this class is happening. So this is very, 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 very beneficial for the Jiva, that we can actually take the lotus feet of our Gurudev, put it into our hearts, and then receive this unbelievable mercy, that we can actually talk about Manjari Bhav, that we know what is the seva we have to do, that we know our spiritual form. Just imagine, Narada Muni, he saw Radharani very quickly, and then she went away. And you can see in Radharasa Sudhanidhi, there is this verse, not even the great sages know about Swamini, or know about the glories of Radhika, or the smell, how she smells and all these things. And I was just reading this morning in Radharasa Sudhanidhi that the Manjari is walking behind Radhika with the paraphernalia when she is going to the Nikunja to meet Krishna. I mean, wow! You see, this is what was never revealed before, and we are sitting here and we are discussing this. So we are actually bathing in a stream of nectar, and this is so beneficial for everyone to hear. And we always have to remember this, that this Madanakya Mahabhav, this love Swamini has in her heart. She is sharing with us. A fool like me sitting here in Germany, we still can say, please, ocean of compassion, be merciful unto me. So we can have this connection via our Gurudev, Guru Manjari, to such a sweet ocean of compassion, and that we can take part even and be a very, very strong Manjari in this matter, and we can identify strongly with our different self, let's say like that, you know. So this is, in this world, very, very helpful.
Thank you for your great appreciation, actually, for this. And please, again and again, remind us.
So, Baba inspired me to say something, because he used one very nice word, paraphernalia, which Manjaris are always running after Swamini and behind Swamini, sorry. And we can see that there is different paraphernalia for the puja. And this, in the words, we can hear and see also and feel different kinds of paraphernalia are mentioning. So Radhika wants to worship, to offer puja like Prema Pujarini, Mahabhava Pujarini. She wants to worship Mohan with her beautiful blue eyes. This is paraphernalia of Radhika, because like Gauravani said, through her eyes, all emotions can be visible, and she is giving the pleasure to her beloved with this nice, sweet puja with paraphernalia of her eyes. But also Manjaris are doing prema puja. They are prema pujarinis because they want to give the pleasure to Radhika. How? By making the seva of kajal seva. So this kajal is also paraphernalia, which Manjaris are very, very nicely and tenderly, fully, emotionally, are putting around Radhika's eyes. And this kajal actually is a black color. So when they are putting this kajal around the eyes, they are worshipping the Radhika. And the best worship of Radhika is to remember on Krishna. And this black kajal is automatically remembering Radhika on Krishna. But also this kajal has the smell, specific smell. And this smell also is the smell of Krishna's love. And Manjaris, here, Tulasi Manjari, is putting this beautiful, undescribable paraphernalia around Radhika's eyes and remembering about different leelas. But it's not the question only of remembering Radhika, but increasing her feelings with this black flavor around her eyes. So this is very nice paraphernalia for worshipping, and according to the mood, to the time. And we sadhakas, like Tarunji said, really we have unbelievable opportunity to listen about this, and what to say to speak about this, and what to say even more, to little, 5 seconds, 5 minutes, think about this. Who is talking about Radhika? Who is worshipping now Radhika with his ears, tongues, eyes, minds, heart, now in this moment in all this planet of 8 million, billions of
Billion.
Billion. Yeah. Who is doing this? So I'm very thankful to Tarun, because he's always remember us. And I'm also remember devotees in Croatia. Be aware which kind of gift we got. Who is doing
Also,
this? Maybe few Rajavasis we don't know. Yes, Baba.
Also, what is important in that matter, like you said nicely, that the seva, everyone, this is such mind-blowing stuff for us, mundane, controlled, living entities. We are here, like last time before I said, we are living here in a chronological timeline. We are living from A to B to C to D. And I can only now call Goravani and I will speak to him. So Gauranga Sundara cannot call Goravani at the same time I'm calling Goravani. So, but in the spiritual world, it is mind-blowing. Baba once said that it is like everyone has his own Ishtadevi, his own Radhika, his own place, his own seva. It is impossible for our mind to think that millions of manjaris are performing seva to Swamini, but this is just because we are limited. It is not, like I said a long time ago, it's not imaginable to do this, but it's a fact that every liberated soul, when we realize our manjari form and when we have this opportunity to enter at one point the divine lila, the Nikunja lilas, it is not that there's only one Radha and Krishna sitting and millions I have an entrance card and have to, I am number 450,315 and I have to wait until I can press the lotus feet of Swamini or bring her some water or, So this is not to be imagined. We just have the Nishta in our Ishta Devi, we have to have the Nishta in our Guru Manjari and we have to have Nishta in our Seva. And we can imagine this. This is not sahaja. This is not wrong. You sit down and you imagine what is your seva. I have a specific seva. My wife has a specific seva. You have a specific seva. Do this in the mind. And sometimes you can also do it to your deities, depending on what kind of seva this is. We have one specific seva, but we are ready to do all sevas. So I know the specific seva of my Guru Manjari, and I have one specific seva. So this we can do even here with this material body. But this, we have to have this nishta that this is not going in vain or this is just a daily ritual. No, it is actually like that at one time we have to have this faith and this nishta. I have to remind myself every day that this is real, that we have to have the opportunity to become this person and to have this dual identity, that we can sit down. Some are bringing, like you said, paraphernalia. Some are bringing scented water. Some are bringing the kayal. Some are specific seva is pressing the lotus feet of Swamini. Some are fanning her. So it is not that we have to think, oh yeah, nice, I can imagine this. No, this is really activity that we can perform, Rupa Goswami has said, in the mind, mentally conceived. So this is very important that we know that we have this seva and we don't stand in line and wait with millions of others. We have to have this big nishta that the spiritual world is something completely different, like this place here. Like I said, I can only call one person and nobody can call this person at the same time. But Radhika and Krishna, they have unlimited. It is unlimited. We cannot imagine. Yugal Kishore, my godbrother, once said, you have your own spiritual planet. You can nearly say. This is, of course, exaggerated, but it is really like that you have, as a manjari, when you have attained Swarup Siddhi, you have a very close relationship with your Guru Manjari and with Radha and Krishna. And how this is working, our mind, he cannot know, but we can have the faith, and therefore this nishta in the lotus feet of Gurudev to achieve our goal. Lotus feet of Gurudev are not the goal, but this seva in the Nikunjas, this is the goal. And by the nishta in the lotus feet of Gurudev, at one point we have to have this faith that we can do that and we can be there. This is the only hope we have in this material world. Just look around. And see what is like Gauranga Sundara said. What are the people doing, We are sitting here and we try our best to remember Radha and Krishna in the way our Gurudev wants us to do that. And this is the best way for us. Manjari Bhav Sadhakas reading Vilapa Kusumanjali and Radha Rasa Sudha Nidhi is the only way Gurudev many times said, to achieve this goal. And we all have to, even if you don't receive Siddha Pranali, just think that you have it. Just think as that you got it, and what you wish will come into existence. Gurudev will give you this revelation, and even if you don't have it yet, just think about it. Fake it until you make it, they say in the material world. Do it. Sit down and just try to imagine. For me, it is not easy to think as a 12-year-old girl. I have a body, but we can do this. This is what our Gurudev told us. And this is very, very beneficial to do. In all these activities, we can do this. We can try every day.
May I add something?
Please.
Karol, thank you very much. I appreciate it so very, very much that you give the connection between material and transcendental world, where immanence and transcendence are meeting and dancing, I would say. They are dancing. And we are meant as jivas. We have the Tatastha Shakti is a Shakti. It is pure energy. And the demigoddesses are jealous because of this Shakti the human being has. We are standing with the feet on Mother Earth, folding our hands, our head to the sky in between. Tatastha Shakti. And it's so beautiful that you always point out that we have got such a precious, precious gem to be together reading this. And so and with this consciousness, I'm able to get this, yes, in every, so we are here, perhaps we are not in a false ego, but in an ego which has to transcend what we are preceding, to percept. In German, there's the much better word. It is Wahrnehmung.
Perception.
Perception. In German, it is Wahrnehmung. That means we take the truth of that we receive with our senses. There has to be buddhi, consciousness that this is only a hint to transcendence. And in Vilapa Kusumanjali, we are allowed to do personal service. Really, just our small soul. So confidential. Yes. Perhaps may I say something more? This verse, the Creator sat down in solitude to create the pupils of Radha's two eyes. Who is the Creator? And he sat down in solitude, being calm, being very conscious. And then with great love, he created the pupils, the black point in her eyes. Isn't it Krishna? In her eyes, just amidst her. Yes.
This is so wonderful. You should speak much more often. This is my humble opinion. Now you said two super nice things, which immediately my mind picked up, if I may, Gauravani, if I'm not stealing the time,
This is a sharing, and whoever is inspired should share. This is actually the principle.
So Sudevi, she said two things. This Tatastha, like she said, it's very, very, it's a very special energy. You said the demigods, they are very envious, and that's true. So we have, as Tatastha Shakti, we have this possibility. We are in the middle. Gurudev is always saying we are playing ping pong. We have to play a little big ping pong every day, but we don't play it with attachment. So the Tatastha Shakti has this unique opportunity to combine. Like if you put some iron into fire, the iron will get the quality of fire. So if you, as a Tatastha Shakti, get into contact with Bhakti, Hladini and Sambit Shakti of the Supreme Lord, you get the same quality as his Svarupa Shakti. So this is only possible for the Jiva, that we can achieve this, we can attain this, that we can be this body, the spiritual body, by the mercy of Bhakti Devi. So Tatastha Shakti has this possibility to completely, like iron gets the nature of fire. So Tatastha Shakti can get this nature of Svarupa Shakti. And then we are identifying ourselves not as mind, body, and soul, but as our spiritual body. And the very interesting thing you also said, Sudevi, was this buddhi. So Sadhu Maharaj always said, and buddhi usually it means intelligence or identification of intelligence. So Jiva Goswami said, and my Gurudev, in one Shastra he quotes it, actually what is the buddhi? What is the buddhi stotram for the Manjari Bhav sadhakas? What is this buddhi? What is this intelligence? So there's only one buddhi. Buddhi means intelligence. What is that for us? It means I am an eternal Manjari. I am this Manjari. I can be this Siddhadeha. This means this is our ahankara. This is our buddhi. This is our intelligence. To differentiate, how can I attain Svarupa Siddhi? This is our buddhi. For the Sankhya philosopher, the buddhi is to differentiate between all these material elements. For the Maya Shakti persuader, they want to be one with Brahman. So they use their buddhi for merging into impersonal Brahman. But as us, we are bhaktas, and we are not only Anu Bhakta or next Bhakta, we are bhaktas under the guidance of Rupa Goswami, and we want to be Manjaris. So our buddhi should always be directed towards this. How can we become this Siddhadeha? How can we attain this Svarupa Siddhi? This is our buddhi. That was just coming to me, that we can do this every day. And what is the main thing in this? The main thing of that buddhi is love. If we don't act in love, all buddhi, all intelligence is for niche. It is for nil. It is going out. So I realize this now in so many, many years. If I don't act with the proper understanding of love, and therefore I'm so thankful to Sadhu Maharaj, our beloved Gurudev, that this is actually love in action. This is actually what brings us to attain Svarupa Siddhi, because the Manjaris are nothing else but personifications of humility and love. So this, like I said last time, we have to practice this every day. This is for me also the most important challenge of my life, to act, like you said, like nectar of devotion, act in devotion. This acting, not criticizing anyone, not judging anyone, not being in the false ego, like you said. So this is very important every day, to do everything in this consciousness. And this is the actual buddhi, the intelligence of the Manjari Bhav Sadhaka, that we see always this connected to our goal, to identify with our spiritual body. So I'm thankful you brought this out, so David. These are very, very important points. Every morning you say this buddhi, I am Radhika's maidservant. I am. Punkt. That's it. So this is very important. We don't need buddhi like Sankhya philosophy or all these different things. We are Rupanuga, and we want this only. This, I want to be a Kingari. This is buddhi enough. This is the highest buddhi.
Gurudev used to say godly intelligence, because we are godly. If we see it out of any rasa, then we are the children of Krishna and our beloved mother Radha. And if we accept this in the heart, then we can go into rasa. If this is installed, then we know that we are godly, isn't it? We accept it. Yes. This is godly intelligence. And the main point, what's the use of knowing verses, of knowing Vedas, of knowing so many things you can know, but you will never know everything. So what's the use? But if you love, you can have the highest love. And this is actually the great gift, because if you are going to Radha, you can get the highest love immediately. You don't have to work yourself up, actually. If you want to have knowledge, you have to work again and again. You have to use your brain and train your brain. And it's useless in the end. But if you use your godly intelligence and go, like Krishna is saying, 1866 in Bhagavad Gita, like we know, Mam Ekam Sharanam means go to my beloved, take shelter. So if we do this, if we use this godly intelligence and freedom, then we are connected not just to love. No, we are connected to the greatest possible, completely mad love, Radharani. And we can dive in directly in the highest sphere of love, actually. The highest sphere.
So this is very true. And Baba did one thing. He said in one purport, he said the palace of Rasa is built on the foundation of Tattva. So what does that mean? You know, that doesn't mean, like you said, Gauravani, that we study millions of literatures and millions of shastras. But there is this but. We have to have a proper understanding, at least a proper understanding of the Tattva. Tattva Siddhanta is not that we say, yeah, okay, I'm Radhika's maidservant, I don't care about Tattva. So, but what is the most important point is, like I said, this buddhi, this intelligence. We should know about the Tattva. Gurudev, my Baba, I have one book here. He collected essays on Bhakta Tattva, Bhakti Tattva, Rasa Tattva, Radha Tattva, Krishna Tattva. All these tattvas. Tattva means actually sammelsurium. Tattva means knowledge base, you know. All these things need to be known, but there's this big but, only for one thing. We should always connect everything to the lotus feet of Swamini and to our seva and to our spiritual form. Like you said, Gauravani, it is very useless to read all the sandarbhas without knowing who you are. What is the use? I have them all upstairs, all Bhakti Sandarbhas, fantastic books, but without identifying who we are, there is no use of that. So all this tattva, Guru tattva is very important. That Bhakti tattva is also very important, but always under the guidance, anugatya of our beloved Gurudev. And when Gurudev is saying enough, you have now enough tattva intus in yourself, stop it. But to come to this point, we have to use the intelligence, this buddhi, to discriminate what is useful, like the book Raghavatma Chandrika. Maybe some of you know this wonderful book by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. Raghavatma Chandrika, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is saying that some things are necessary and some things are not necessary. So we have to have this understanding of the right thing, tattva, but only in connection to our goal. Otherwise, it will be, we have only the understanding of things and we will lose our goal. Gauranga Sundara many times said this. We are fixed in our goal, in our sthayi bhav, and then we can assimilate and digest, verdauen, all these tattvas to strengthen our nistha in Ishta, in Guru, and in Seva. So these three things are always in the foremost of everything. Otherwise, we will lose ourselves, and then it will only be jnana, 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 and we will lose ourselves. But if we have this understanding that what is the highest goal, then we can use it properly.
So, again, we read the end of this part here. Madan Mohan, the enchanter of Cupid, is bound tightly by even Swamini's slightest glance, like the king of elephants. So although he is Madan Mohan, the enchanter of even Cupid, he will be enchanted by Cupid if he is without Radha. And Radha herself is binding him tightly. Tightly means no movement. Tight, completely tight. No chance. She is binding him with just a little glance. So we understand.
Gauravani, one thing I just remembered Sudevi. When Sudevi was saying this very wonderful line in the beginning, we read today, Krishna sat down in solitude to create the pupil of Swamini. So we all know, now comes the tattva, you see, mixed with rasa. I make now this example. Now this sentence makes only one sense, but it seems it doesn't make any sense, because if you understand, Radha and Krishna are both eternal. So how can the creator then create the pupil of Swamini? You understand? So this is actually like black milk, it's not possible, because both are eternal. So, but what is the point? Why is Baba saying this? This is very important. And I feel connected to Baba. So something popped up in my stupid head. Why this line is there? Baba it's impossible. Both are eternal, chicken and the egg thing, Yeah, it cannot be. Krishna didn't create the jivas, and it never created Radhika. But this sentence, as a Manjari Bhav Sadhaka, which we all are under the guidance of Rupa Goswami, Raghunath Das Goswami, and Gurudev. Now we understand this line in the following. Please correct me if I'm wrong. So this line, what is this line doing and saying to us? This line is only saying one thing. Radhika is the personification of the biggest happiness inside of Krishna. So just imagine your best happiness you have ever experienced in your life. And then this most blissful happiness you experience in your life transforms into a person. Of course, we are now bound in time and space. But actually this sentence that Krishna sit down in solitude to create the pupil, the littlest thing of Radhika. So this means this sentence is only saying that Krishna loves Swamini so much, and that this shows also the position of how much Radhika is above Krishna, how much Krishna worships Swamini, and how fortunate we are. This is at least how I understand this sentence. Maybe I'm wrong, but this is how we can see the glories of Radhika, although she is eternal. So this sometimes Shastra is saying these sentences to make a point how glorious Swamini is, that even Krishna needs to sit down in solitude. He cannot do this in stressful environment. And he creates this pupil of Swamini in solitude. That means Swamini is so wonderful and so beautiful that he has to sit down and do this. So that shows us how fortunate we are as Manjari Bhav Sadhakas.
So because we are just now in meditations, because we cannot say that this is now pure tattva, it's meditation, it's an understanding of the heart. So I would say Krishna cannot create this wonderful pupils alone. Why? He doesn't understand his own needs and own wishes in the heart. Who is the person who understands what he wishes? What are his needs? Only one person knows, Radharani herself. So we may say that actually she has to create these pupils, because otherwise, how could they satisfy Krishna so much? It's not possible if he create. But we can see that if we say Krishna, we mean usually the whole. And we know that two persons and one soul. So we may understand in this sentence also. But actually, from my feelings, I would say Krishna is not able to actually create such a beauty, which is actually giving him such a pleasure. and is tying him down, actually.
Yes, it's so nice subject. Arunji put it. Mixing tattva and rasa, it's very obvious here. But somehow it came to me that this is confession of Krishna, that he's always losing. His confession of Krishna that he is completely dependent on these two blue eyes, and that he, like a bumblebee, is always running around, flying around, kissing these lotus flowers. This is Parakya Bhav words of Krishna. And he is confessing that, what can I do? I'm creator, but I'm like a bumblebee who is always flying around these beautiful blue lotus flowers, which are full of love for me. And these blue eyes, blue flowers, lotus flowers are completely controlling me. So this kind of angle of rasa is, just now it came to me, is Krishna is speaking honestly, openly, in confession mood, that he is completely under control of Radhika. And he is just the Brahmar, bumblebee, who is always trying to kiss, to touch these lotus flowers. So, thank you, Radhe Radhe.
So even by the slightest glance, he is bound down like the king of elephants. When Krishna returns to his village in the afternoon, this lila is called Uttaragosht, Swamini stands on her moon tower to discreetly admire his beauty from a distance. You know, moon tower, you can go up. It's a small, high tower, and you could watch the moon. And we understand what the moon is for Radharani. So discreetly, she is admiring the beauty from a distance, burning in the fire of separation from Krishna, and considering each second that she is separated from him to last like a millennium. Her girlfriends show her Sundari Pasya Milati Vanamali. Oh, beautiful girl, look! Vanamali, Krishna who wears a garland of forest flowers. He has come. Our hero does not look up to Swamini. Her heart, filled with tremendous anguish of love in separation, stares fully at him, drinking the boundless nectar of his form with the cups of her eyes. How many hundreds of emotions she reveals. The forest fire of separation that burned in her heart was extinguished simply by seeing Shyam Sundara. This time, Shyam Sundara looks back at her, and both the lovers become shy. Sri Radhika pulls her veil straight and goes away. Then she stops and turns around again, thinking, before I go, I have to see him once more, and casts a slight glance at him. It is a restless, momentary glance, because she is very shy. She slightly smiles in a nervous way because she's so happy to see him. Her beautiful glance is anointed with bashfulness and humility. Shyama thirsts for the glance of Swamini. Swamini thinks to herself, I could not give anything to you during our midday pastimes. That's why her sidelong glance is filled with humility. And she is very glad because she thinks, at least one time I could see him. How many things is she telling him through her glances? Her glance is the great medicine that saves the life of Shyam, who also suffers of separation from her. This is the treasure of his meditation. Shyama keeps the sweetness of that glance carved on the slab of his heart. Without receiving this formal worship of her Shyam, Shyam could not survive. How many things she told me through this momentary glance. Shyama meditates. During Purvarag, these glances madden him and keep him awake all night. Just to remind, Purvarag is the beginning stage of love. During Purvarag, these glances madden him and keep him awake all night. Although Krishna controls everything and everyone, these momentary glances control even him. Although innumerable gopis are eager for his sweet glance, Krishna eagerly covets Radhika's slightest beautiful glance. The slightest gesture of these eyes bewilder Krishna, the king of elephants. The sweetness of these eyes makes him helpless. Tulasi serves Swamini and makes her relish the flavors of the remembrance of these pastimes, as well, saying, "Hey, Swamini, can this maidservant not worship your eyes that control the Krishna elephant with even the slightest movement? Is such a goddess not offered puja?" The Mahajans say that this exchange of glances is even more relishable than the intimate pastimes. That's why there is so much worship of Sri Radha's emotional, loving glances.
You hear me? You don't hear me?
Yeah, now.
Okay, sorry. So maybe we can stop, Gauravani, here. It's a long paragraph and with 2-3 parts, actually. So we can see here this beautiful lila and also how Mohan is very eager to look Radhika's emotional condition when she is standing and waiting on him on this moon tower. So Baba is saying here that different emotions like bashfulness, shy, humility, eagerness, passion, nervousness appears on Radhika's form, appearance. And it's very visible on her face, especially through her eyes. And these kind of emotions are beautiful ornaments on the body of Srimati Radharani. And Krishna wants to witness these emotional ornaments which are coming in the waves of Srimati Radharani. And in that moment, her golden color of Mahabhava is always changing. Her gestures on the face are also constantly, every second, are changing, expressing so much love and different emotions to Krishna. So he wants to relish this because he knows she is doing it for my pleasure. So this is the exchange of love of Yugala Kishore in one very delicate situation. Because she is at home and she is with her Sakis and Manjaris, waiting for her lover to come with the cows and others, cowboys. And Baba is saying that although it was just a midday pastime, so it means 2-3 hours before, they already have been together. Can you imagine? Just 2-3 hours before, they have been together. And they exchange their love in very intimate and intense way. But just after 2 or 3 hours of separation, Radhika is feeling that she is dying. So this strong emotion, no one can control, actually. These strong emotions of Bhakha Bhava is decoration on all Radhika's body. And Krishna wants to dive in that. So when we meditate on this part of Lila, there's so many subtle meanings, so many subtle emotional exchanges, which by the mercy of Anantadas Babaji and our Gurudev, they opened our eyes. When I say open their eyes, I don't have eyes. I hope that they will open my heart, actually. We can go a little bit deeper and deeper in this meditation. So in that way, our Buddhi Yogam, spiritual attachment, will increase because our Bhajatam Priti, our bhajana, worship with love, will increase. And it will help us to focus our intelligence on one point, to become Radha-dasi. And we can see how many talkings is present, silent speech, in this moment when Radhika and Krishna is exchanging the glances. This is the silent speech, and also silent puja. Radhika without voice, just with glances, she is worshipping her beloved. So we can see that there is one very nice expression Baba is mentioning somewhere in Vilapa, I don't know where, Kama Yantra. Kama Yantra. Each part of Radhika's decoration or part of the body is like a Kama Yantra for Krishna. What does it mean, Kama Yantra? It's instrument. Yantra, instrument, which brings him under her control. He is Kamadev, or like Gauravani Kupit read, Madan Mohan. But now we can see that when Radhika has a kajal around her eyes, this is Kama Yantra, instrument, which make him completely crazy, completely mad.
Gauranga Sundara, also this is such a this is one of my favorite moments. There are many favorite moments, but we always say that we should think ourselves as being in the Leela. And this Moon Tower Leela is one of the best possibilities to imagine yourself being there, because it is so important. Why is it so important that the Manjaris are there? Because only the Manjaris understand what is going on at that moment. Because around Radhika, there may be Lalita and Vishaka and all the Sakis, but they don't know what is going on in the turmoil of Swamini's heart. So this Leela, this Moon Tower Leela, when she's standing up there, many Shastras present that Leela, many Acharyas, and this Leela is so powerful because, like you said so wonderfully, so many emotions are coming up. There is this telepathic communication between Radha and Krishna, but only the Radhika, in one explanation, only because the Manjaris are there, Radhika has the power to go up to the Moon Tower. Normally, she is so weak out of separation that she is not being able to come up to this tower. She only can go up because of the manjaris. And this is again coming to the point, this is our fortune that we can meditate upon this, that we can see this lila and understand this lila. And why my first impulse was, why is it so difficult for Krishna to look at Radhika? Because many are there and he cannot do this openly and directly. So this is a very, very confidential and hidden thing. And only Tulsi Manjari and Rupa Manjari and Guru Manjari and us maybe one day, we can understand what is really going on in the heart of Radhika when, like you said, they met each other 2-3 hours before at Radhakund. But now again, it's like for the first time. So Lalita and Vishaka, they may think, is she going, what is going on with her? But only the Manjaris, they understand this. They have been there. They have been at Radhakund. They have been in the Nikunjas. The Sakis don't know this. And this is why Manjari Bhav is so sublime. Unnatochvala rasa svabhakti shriyam. This is actually why we want to imbibe this beautiful path. Because standing up there, this must be incredible to see this, when the clouds of smoke and the clouds of dust are coming and Radhika is immediately thinking, now Krishna is coming. This is such a fantastic scene. I remember Bhaktivinoda Thakur said, or Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, they had a similar feeling. They want to be, what did they say? I think they want to be at Kurukshetra when Radhika is meeting Krishna at Kurukshetra at the battlefield, because Radhika then needs the most assistance. So these feelings and these emotions, they are so powerful, and only because the Manjaris understand they are there, Radhika can actually do this, and she has the courage. Like you said, she goes away and then turns back again. This is also because the Manjaris are a little bit pushing her to do it like that. So this is so many wonderful things in this pastime. For me, this is one of the best to sit down and imagine this. It's so romantic. There's everything is there, the difficulties, the hidden communication by telepathy. This is one of this, and this is going on the whole day. This is just one, and it is so beautiful.
May I try? On this moon tower, Radhika is in exposed position. Everybody can see her, and at the same moment, she wants to hide herself. Also, Krishna wants to hide. He isn't able to look up to her, and it burns in his heart. And perhaps Krishna would like to protect Sri Radhika, because if he would look in her eyes, she could collapse. She couldn't tolerate this. So now she is allowed to drink with the cups of her eyes his forms. They can relish in its very beauty. And she's so shy in this moment. She's so greedy and so shy. Yes. Sorry.
When you say the beauty, what is the beauty for Radharani of him? What is the beauty from Krishna for the Manjaris? The beauty is that he's actually covering that he is missing Radharani so much. It's covered because he's now with the cows, he's now coming back, he is now with others. But under the surface, actually, he is missing her so much. And she feels this inside when she looks at him. She can feel that, yes, he is missing me so much. So Radha wants to serve him like always and offering him her few. She's completely concentrated. Take it. You are missing me. Take my glance. I give you hold. Take my glance. I give you hold. Then he's taking. Now he gets back strength. Now she wants to leave. But Krishna is losing hold now. So she has to stop again, turning around, give him another hold. She is the best servant of love for him. So whatever she is doing is for him. And besides that, her wonderful love is emanating in every moment. And this is bewildering him. So this is just some entrance of a wonderful meditation, like Tarun Baba said. Yes, it's such a wonderful scene. We can go very deep inside. Because always the lover feels what the beloved feels and vice versa. And this is actually bringing up the feelings on each side more up, more high. It's growing. And the manjaris, they actually have nothing else to do than to put more in this fire. Bring it more up. Yes, the fire has to burn more and more. So it's a wonderful meditation, like Tarun Baba said. It's easy entrance and very, very deep, actually.
Krishna is also in difficult situation when he is approaching to Moon Tower. Because so many coward boys are around him. And some of them, they know his heart. And they just excuse themselves. And they say, okay, I have to go in underground. I have to go very fast. My dear Baya, you are too slow. So Krishna feels shy also because other coward boys are around him. But some of them, they know his heart and they are giving him a place that he can stop, tremble in front of Moon Tower while Radhika is shooting the arrows of her glances. He is not, in the beginning he was running, but when he was approaching to the tower, Moon Tower, his gait was not so secure, not so strong. And sometimes he stops, then try to continue a few steps, then shaking left and right. So this is the condition of Dhira Lalita, Krishna, who is allowing himself to be like this, to be controlled by Srimati Radharani's glances. And there is one sentence, I'm sorry, I don't want to jump over this. So many are of them. But Mohan or Shyam keeps the sweetness of that glance carved on the slab of his heart. Mohan keeps the sweetness of that glance carved on the slab, on the surface of his heart. He wants that Radhika's emotions be strongly carved in his heart. He also wants samskaras. He also wants deep impressions to be carved in his heart so that when he is again alone, without that he can intensely remember her. So what we are doing here, we are trying to carve these lilas in our hearts. And these impressions has to be more deeper and deeper and deeper. And in one moment, they will start to fructify, to give the fruits. So
Gauranga Sundara, this is the whole purpose of Raghunath Das Goswami. Therefore he wrote Vilapa Kusumanjali. That was the whole purpose. First of all, to glorify Swamini and the seva of the manjaris, but because he is an ocean of compassion, of mercy, he wrote this Vilapa Kusumanjali so that we can carve all this into our hearts, all this crying, this is lamentations. They should, like you said, be carved into our hearts. This is beautiful.
Krishna is giving us also example. He wants to carve these pastimes, these emotional ornaments of Radhika in his heart. So that's the reason why we are again so fortunate that we can listen, talk, think, read, exchange, share all these beautiful kata, because this kata will influence our heart and be carved in our hearts. And we need that desperately. So, Radhe Radhe, I just wanted to say like this.
I have to say, I like very much this idea to share together on the base of this, and don't call it, German sharing, or, it actually, maybe we can go on, and just continue like this, because actually the verses, they have so much insight, and it's so wonderful to hear what are your feelings to this verse and to share this. It's so wonderful. I think it's a very big inspiration, actually. I don't know what you are thinking, but maybe we can go on in the future like this and follow one theme, because then more is coming out, actually, more feelings. It's like journeying the ocean of the different kind of feelings of the devotees here. Anyway, maybe we can think about this. E bhava yukta dekhi radhasya nayana sanghama hoite sukha bhai koti guna. When I look at Radha's eyes and face in this mood, I feel 1,000,000 times more happiness than when I directly unite with her. This is a quote from Chaitanya Charitamrita. If someone wants to read Madhya Lila chapter 8, you can find the glorifications, how Krishna is actually glorifying Radharani without limits. It's a wonderful meditation also. Tulasi says, I cannot live without worshipping the goddess of your eyes. With what shall I formally worship these eyes of yours? With kajal? It's not actually kajal eyeliner, but garal, poison, putting Krishna's heart on fire. This is not just puja, this is complete puja. Sam pujayishyati. Not only your eyes will be worshipped, the prasadi flowers will also stick to Krishna's lips. When Krishna sees this kajal, he will kiss your eyes, so that the kajal will stick on his lips. In this way, Krishna gets the leftover flower of my puja on his lips, and my formal worship is complete. Sampuja. Tulasi puts eyeliner around Kishori Mani's eyes that extend up to her ears. How wonderful is the beauty of these kajal anointed eyes. Sri Vidyapati Thakur sings, 2 lotus eyes painted with black anjana, they are blinking and playing hide and seek. The Creator has tightly bound the startled Krishna Chakora to the ropes of these black kajal borders. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti writes in Krishna Bhavanamrita 455, seeing Sri Radhika's lotus-like eyes with eyeliner, it seems as if the enemy of the sun, dense darkness, had thought, in this way the power of the sun will fade, and surrounded the friends of the sun, the lotus flowers, the eyes, as the eyeliner. But how amazing! Despite this, the luster of these lotus-like eyes simply continues forever. While Tulasi tells Swamini all this, she says to her anointed eyes, O eyes, if you ask me, why are you smearing this black stuff around us? the best of Sri Radhika's senses, while you adorn all her other limbs with gold and pearls, then I'll tell you, you'll want anything else but to see Krishna. And you are always eager for that. That's why I adorned you with this blackish kajal that has the same color as Krishna, Krishna Ruchi.
Radhe, before we finished these last words of Haripada Shila, we can see from this little conversation, which is so mercifully is revealed to us, this conversation of Tulsi and Radhika's eyes. It's like Tulsi is speaking, talking to the Radhika's eyes, and it's some joking manner. This is why also Manjaris are belonging to this group, Narmasakis, Priya Narmasakis. They are making jokes with Radhika, what we can see here and here with her eyes, actually. But they are making jokes also with Radhika in such a tender, delicate, soft way. It's not jokes like Sakis. When Sakis are making jokes with Radhika, they're friends, equals. Loud laughing, loud talking. And during that time, Manjaris are just looking, observing this scene, sometimes giggling very silently and hiddenly. But we can see here that when they are in intimate situation together, and all these pastimes of putting Kajal of Radharani is going on in the bathroom. So there is no one else around. And Manjari is making some nice talks, talking to the Radhika's eyes, a little bit provoking them. And this conversation of eyes with eyes is also parakya. So the jokes of Manjaris with Radhika are parakya. In a hidden way is going on. With so many codes. And how we know this? Because those Rasik devotees who are immersed in Manjari Bhava, they are mercifully open to us these secrets so that these secrets can carve our hearts with full impressions. This is gift. This is rahasya. This is very secret thing, as we should appreciate and always be aware what we are reading. And such a unique situation is that we are reading. We have to be also aware that all these beautiful Rasik devotees in Manjari Bhava are opening the secret chambers of their hearts, and they're splashing us with their emotions and their realizations. That's the most important thing, that we are splashed with bona fide realizations of someone who can really be a bona fide, because he is in direct situation to witness and to serve this. It's so sweet when Raghunath is talking with Radhika's eyes. Don't be angry on me. Don't be envious on other ornaments, and so on and so on and so on. So I just wanted, why I'm talking, because this part of very little part of the Lila is so deep. It's like an ocean, actually, of emotion, but it's showing the nature of Manjaris. The nature of Manjaris here is expressed through their specific way of joking and little bit provoking. And it's such a sweet, lovely manner, is it? And it's different manner of making jokes with Radhika like Sakis are doing. So it's intimate. Narma Saki. Riya Narma Saki. Radha.
And through his mercy, Srila Raghunath actually is giving us hints again and again how to do his seva. In which kind of consciousness actually. Deep, very deep meditation. Talking with each limb of Radhika's body. Why you get this and this ornament. What it will actually provoke. It will provoke that Krishna will come. When she's decorating the ears, she's saying, your ears just want to listen about Krishna, and is reminding Swamini in this way, sharing talks about Krishna, leelas about Krishna. And here, the best of all the parts of Radhika's body, or the best of Radhika's senses actually. So it's very important here, the best of Radhika's senses. We can meditate on that. And like we yesterday said, if somebody is going in deep meditation about Radhika's eyes, staying close by, upasana, staying in this meditation and going deep into that meditation, then there's a hint. Why I smear this black stuff around? Because you only want to see Krishna. And Krishna always want to stick at your eyes, actually. That's the other side. Why this black stuff is smeared around your eyes? Because Krishna is fixed on your eyes. He will never, ever, ever leave your eyes. You are the hold of him. Your glance is the hold of him. So he will stick to your eyes and to your glances. So it's giving some idea in what way we can go actually deeper in this meditation. And this is just mercy. So we are in very good luck that we can share such topics, hear about this, help each other to go more deep through Gurudev's mercy. He is guiding this. Like Krishna is not showing his love when he comes to the moon tower. Gurudev is also now a little bit more hidden. But his love comes out. You can feel it through his devotees. They are sharing and they are giving this deeper sight to look in and go deeper. So this is the mercy. And again, we are so happy to be together and share such things. So I will end this. Suddenly the vision disappears and Sri Raghunath Das laments. This is a song of Sri Haripad Shila. O Radhe, how wonderful are your glances. They attract everyone's eyes, friends and enemies alike. Even a momentary playful sidelong wink with these sweet eyes is making the king of elephants, Krishna, dizzy. He gets bound up and spins all around your lotus feet, desiring your blissful company. When can I ornament your restless eyes that defeat the fickleness of the vectile bird with this crushed eyeliner?
Very much, Gauravan. Tarunji. From this Haripada Shila last words, we can see how he is following Raghunath. Just straight, completely connected with his emotions. And he is receiving the same realizations because he is completely connected. He is not inventing his own way, just anugatya, following. And immediately realizations from the heart of Raghunath is penetrating, infusing in his heart. This is the follower. Radhe Radhe. Radhe Radhe